I'm back with Theoc 4x4 with Graham again. We continue with this build. As you can see, obviously a few days gone because I'm in a different top.
Yeah, I'm still in the same one.
And it's a few weeks gone by. Anyways, so the back of the truck is done now. So the next thing we're gonna do, I mean not we, Graham, is the dog cage.
We're going to make some floor pans up. It's all going to be, so it's got gull wing doors on the side so they can let the dogs out fast because it's a hunting car, or going to be used as hunting. They want the sides so they can spring up fast so the dogs can just get out and chase whatever it needs to. And then another three doors in the back just to put the dogs in. These are the two parts of the floor pan. There's three parts in total. So we've got the centre one, and then one of the outsides. The other outside one's downstairs, and then this will be then for the base of the dog cage.
Right.
And then we can start putting it together.
So we're gonna bend these one up now?
Yeah, so we're gonna...
Might as well get on with it.
We'll bend some of these up.
Excellent. Is this all four corners?
No, so this is a side, front and the back.
Right.
And then this one here has just got a 90-degree return to it, so that this then will mate to the centre one, and then the centre one then will mate to the next one. Now we've bent these up, so you can see we've got our lip. So these are going to be the seals for where the door shuts down onto it. So we've now made all three sections. So we've got the three dogs to go in.
Three separate sections.
Yeah, three separate sections. So they'll sit like so. And then,
right.
which is the one I've just done. So then I've also made these panels, which now attach down here, and that starts our sides. And then once we've done the sides, we can then now look at making a roof for it. And then again, we'll have another two sections, smaller ones, that will pop up here. And then you've got the sections for the doors.
Super. So you're gonna tack these on now?
So we're gonna tack all this together. So we'll put all these uprights in. We'll tack the base together as well. Only a couple of little tacks, because we do have to make some supports for the centre as well, so that the dogs then are all separate, so it's not one big cage. So yeah, let's get
fantastic. Get tacking.
Right, so now we've got these bits just tacked in. We need to try and square everything up. So the next part is to make this top rails that go all the way around. Then we can square up all these to each other. And then once those are done, then we can put then for the uprights, and the roof's just going to have a flat roof. And then it may have like a little tiny peak over the top. Just to try and limit some of the rain that gets in, but unfortunately, because we're going to have holes down the sides, the dogs are going to get wet one way or another. But it's just a way of trying to see if we can limit the amount of water that goes in here. So that's the next step, is to make the roof. Make the roof.
Is it going to be one single unit with some braces on it, or what's the plan?
It'll be one piece, but because then we've got 2 uprights here, these 2 uprights then will mount to the roof to put the strength into the top. So there's our top panel. Right, so now we've bent this top panel. So if you come around here, so now this, we've just got to trim this down and level that piece up. So then that is pretty much how that piece is going to sit. And then we'll do the same with this other side, and then the same
principle
sides all the way across.
That's going to be your top bracing all the way.
And then that's the top, yeah, and then that's the top bracing then. And then again. And then once I've put that in, I'll put these sides in. So then that makes the whole structure then rigid. Put this roof on, or I might put the roof on after I've made the internals, because obviously you've got to keep the dog separate. So we'll put a piece of sheet steel in between here, just with a couple of holes, especially for this centre dog, because there's only going to be a couple of air holes across this door in the back. So we'll put a couple in this side, in the sides as well.
Right. Okay. So it's loads of bending and welding coming up.
Yeah, yeah. So hopefully next bit it'll be, making doors then.
Here is some cool looking t-shirt design. You can buy it on amazon.com, amazon.co.uk, and every purchase you make, you helping my channel growing. I leave the link in description.
So we are at the stage when everything is being tacked together.
Yeah. So far now we've got these uprights just need to come down a bit just to match the height of this. So this is the front of the front of the cage. So
right.
These panels are welded in, and then there'll be another panel in here. Put the partitions in, roof on, and then start the doors.
Right, so the next one is you need to put the inner parts in there.
So we've got the partitions to come in next.
Right.
We'll do that now just to make it a bit easier, because otherwise I've got to try and get the partitions through these small gaps.
It's going to be a bit difficult.
Yeah, also what I've done is I've made a return on the top, just so it's got something then the roof can weld to, so the centre of it's not going to flap around.
So this is the measurement where you're going to cut it off.
Yep, so this is how high it's going to be in the end of it. So we're going to cut all this off so it's all straight, and then the roof then will come over and may overhang just a touch, just for a bit of a drain.
Right, okay. And obviously you can't have too much overhang as well, because the wind catching in it and it's just going to whistle all the way, isn't it? Not like it's going to bother them, but...
No, not going to bother the dogs, it might bother the owner.
Exactly, exactly. Right, so we're going to try in the inner part as well now.
Yeah, so I've made the first inner one. the first piece, bit of a return on it, a couple of holes for the dogs, bit of air, and I've just got to cut off a couple of bits here.
Right, then can test fit it into the actual cage,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a two-part, so you got two pieces of this.
Yeah, so I've got to cut once this, so I know that this one fits, I can cut then another one. I only cut one at a time just because it's too big anyway to put two on the table, but if this is wrong, I haven't just wasted a load of material because it's quite a big piece.
And it's not cheap anymore.
No, very much not.
Right. So what's going to make it rigid? Just to weld it in the corners as well, top to bottom, and
Yeah, a couple of little welds in there.
so the first one is tacked in.
Yep, so we've got this one tacked in now, and then we make the second one. So I make the bend the opposite way, just so really I can get in there to weld it. Get that one in there, and then look at making the back panel then, well, the front panel, and then that'll be it, ready for, we'll weld it all up.
So basically there's loads of welding coming up now, because everything after this panel is going to go into this side.
Yeah, so after this panel's in, I'm going to put the front panel in. It's all then got to be welded up, because I can't weld it after the doors have been made. So if there's any, because steel always twists a touch, and we're trying to go for a tiny fitting door. So the last thing I'm going to do is weld it all together, put it all, have the doors made, go to fit the doors again, and they don't fit. So once it's all welded and it's all solid, then make the doors and work out how we're going to make those.
So there's loads of welding coming up.
Oh yes. I didn't manage to record on it, so I put the back end on. So that's all welded up, and I've started making the hoops now. So we've got one rear hoop done, and then also the front part of the hoop. So that comes down and just welds onto this outrigger. So try and get a bit further back, you can see that it just slightly coves off to one side. So I've made the other parts now. So this piece here, we'll drop in like so. Obviously this cage will go further forward, and then loads of room.
Graham, we're looking a bit different today. So back end is painted now, while the doors are. We got some roll bars on.
Yeah, so dog cage in the hole. We put the roll hoops, well not roll hoops, but hoops on the back with a couple of stays tying the front to back. I've chucked the back panels on just to get them kind of off the floor for a minute, but that's all got to be painted on the inside yet, so I'll do that at the same time as paint all the back end. We've also added some recovery eyes to the back, put a couple of riv nuts in the bottom here, just for this is where we're going to mount the lights to. Also a little panel here for the number plate.
Right.
So that now this bottom section is ready for it to be painted.
And it's all changed in the front now as well. I mean, if we're looking at from the side,
Yeah, so we've got, these are all mounted now, welded on. We've done the rock sliders. So the rock sliders now go off to the chassis. The footsteps here are a bit bigger, so you can stand on here and then climb your way
All the way up to the top.
up to the top if need be.
Because that's going to be a storage unit up in the top.
Yeah, so, and then if we carry on to the front, we've got a couple of tree sliders here. They're there just to try and protect the wings a bit. There's not a lot of strength in them, but it is just so that if he does rub against something, they'll take the brunt of it, not the wing.
Yeah, so he hear it if he nudging something or more or less not damaging the car straight away.
That's it, yeah. And then on the front, we've added an A-bar and a couple of little bars here. These are kind of to try and take this height away where we've body lifted the
Right,
car.
okay, because there's a gap between
So
there.
now there's a gap between the bumper and the body. So we've put these in just to get rid of that ugly hole. We also found that the winch didn't fit. So the winch that we'd ordered was a big winch, didn't fit the hole, so we've just had to cut a bit of the front bumper out,
Right.
just so we can get it in, because now this bumper is part of the vehicle. This is
Right,
this is no longer a removable bumper.
Right, okay, so anything you try to put in now, if it's not the right size, it's need to be
Yeah,
cut off and
yeah.
redo.
Because obviously these wings here are now welded to the rock sliders, and then all this is all welded together. So yeah, so the next stop for this front end is to mask it up and paint the front. Then we can get the winch and everything back in, and then this front end is
Finished.
buttoned up, done. Apart from a couple of little odds and sods, we've got to just wire some lights and stuff in, but
Because there are some LED lights in the front.
yeah. So I'm going to put some just wire these into a little switch. But yeah, other than that, that's the,
Because they recessed
Front
as well, isn't it, these lights? So it's an extra bit of protection on it,
yeah,
rather than having like a big round
That's it.
lights on it, just in case if you catch anything. I mean, they could get damaged as well, but you got less chance really than if something is sticking out.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's half the battle, is just trying to keep stuff hidden away.
Yeah,
so that's
because-
why we've done with the back end with the lights as well. So we've put mesh grills over those. They're tucked under the bumper so that there is very little chance of them getting broke off. So yeah, and so next step is really get all the black painted.
And we're not far from finish it off now.
Not a million miles away.
A lot closer than we was like a month and a half ago.
Yeah. But like any project, we're always stuck waiting for parts or something that you can't see happens.
Or you order the part or something not right for the vehicle, or
That's it.
have to modify it and takes time. Yeah.
That's it. We've things like the dog cage. We're still waiting for handles for those. They were supposed to be here last week on. Still waiting for them.
So it's 2 weeks basically by the time you order it and they get it delivered, which
Yeah.
is like these day and ages.
yeah,
Quite
tells us that we'll get it next day. Next day in 2 weeks. But that's part and parcel of the job, really.
And that's a problem because you kind of stuck in a situation when you could paint the vehicle, the dog kennel, sorry, and you can't because the handles is not here, but you need it here because you need to fit it and finish
Yeah.
it. So it's an extra week going for.
Yeah, it's a job that's a couple of hours worth of work ends up into weeks worth.
Yes, that's what I think most of the people don't understand when they're starting a project, because they see a program done in a vehicle such a short time in a program. You see these speed builds, half an hour a car get built, but literally those things are not built in half an hour. They built for months and months and months and months,
Yeah, that's the bones of it. All project vehicles take, if you've got a time scale, say you've got a time scale of 3 months to build a car, double it and then add some. And normally that happens with the budget as well. Whatever your budget is, double it and add some more to it.
Yeah, it's at least double.
Yeah, and it's always the small bits that add up.
Yeah, because the big bits goes easy, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you visually see the difference, but when you start getting down to the nitty gritty, that's when it's all changing.
That's it. It's all daft stuff. Like if you decide to fit a set of lights to it, you order a set of lights, then you've got another £10 relay to go with that, and you've got another £5 switch to go with that. So it's not just a case of buying a light and sticking it on. So, but that's how projects are. And that's why a lot of people end up giving up on projects, or they send it to places like us for us to do it, so they don't have the hassle, and we get it.
And you got the hustle. Then you got the hustle from a customer. Why they not finished?
Yeah,
It's a catch-22, really, isn't it?
yeah.
Right. Okay. So hopefully next time we're going to see this vehicle painted.
Yeah, hopefully it should all, the front end and back end will all be painted black. And then we'll try and get this dog cage hopefully sorted in the next couple of days, and
Finish off the inside, and job is a good one.
yeah,
Excellent.
so send it on its merry way.
So what we doing today, Graham?
About to get my hands oily.